Well, it's time now for our Sunday specials. One of the Chibok schoolgirls rescued in September with the newborn twins is calling for support in bringing up her 4 children. A 24-year-old Yana Poni is among 12 others receiving care at a government facility in Borno State Capital Maiduguri. This is just as the push by the authorities to end insurgency in the northeast of the country has so far led to the surrender of 82,000 insurgents. In this report, Sifon Essien looks at care for women and children of insurgency as well as the cost of freedom.
The event of April 14, 2014 is one Yana Poni would not forget in a lifetime. She and 269 other schoolgirls were taken from their dormitories at the government girls' secondary school Chibok in Borno State, an incident that sparked global outrage. Yana, who is now a 24-year-old mother of 4, was rescued on September 29th when troops fought into the Boko Haram enclave.
I was held in Meriba Deep in Sambisa under terrible conditions. I was married to one of the fighters against my will. The experience was horrible. All I wanted was to be free to see my family again.
The nursing mother of twins receives care at this government facility in the Borno State Capital Maiduguri.
My babies are 2 months old. I escaped from the bush with them and the 2 older ones. The center is taking care of us. They have been friendly. I want to get an education, but my priority is the upbringing of my children.
Sanki, S-A-N-K-I.
The facility is home to 14 of the girls, although one of them is absent at this time. Occasionally, they are allowed to visit their parents. The welfare of the children and their mothers is a priority at the center.
This is the largest camp in the entire Northeast, with a population of well over 16,000 persons resident here. We're told most of the men were forcefully conscripted into the terror group, while the women were forcefully married off.
Yagana Yarima gave birth to a baby a month ago in the camp.
We have lived here for 4 months now. I gave birth to my baby in the camp and I'm receiving medical attention.
She and her family live in this tent.
I was 3 years in the bush. Life became so difficult. I could no longer continue. We had to run to the soldiers.
The young mother visits this clinic in the camp for postnatal care.
From July to October, we have 252 children delivered.
Pregnant women in the camp regularly visit the clinic for antenatal. Attention is given to them to prevent any complications. The push by the authorities to end insurgency in the northeast of the country has so far led to the surrender of 82,237 fighters and their families since July 2021.
They've been watching program where he went and distributed food items, people from IDP camp to their industrial ancestral home. That is another reason that made them to come out. And the third one, we are lucky, Shekau died.
The death of Shekau opened some windows because Shekau was such a strong figure on them. He actually used fear to hold down these people.
Boko Haram suspects arrested during military operations are held at this military facility where the men are separated from the women and children. This woman agreed to speak with us, but we had to conceal her identity so as not to undermine investigations.
I have been in Sambisa forest until I surrendered to the army. They take care of us by giving us things we need. I have 2 children.
She came in, we took her for tests, and it was confirmed that she is pregnant. So we now place her on antenatal. While we are giving appointment day, we usually move from here to 70th Hospital to attend the antenatal. And the date of delivery is given to us. And when we are approaching that very date, I think a day before then, we now took her to the hospital. She delivered there. We did the first immunization there, which is the BCG, hepatitis, and measles. So after then, they now gave us appointment of 1 month, which we went. Gave us another appointment of a month after we went. Then after then, they gave us appointment of 3 months, which is today, that we are back going.
The inmates are allowed to engage in sporting activities. Beyond this, they will be made to face the weight of the law.
Those recommended for prosecution are taken to Giwa project. For those rehabilitation are moved to Operation Safe Corridor. And those for reintegration are released to the state government.
The insurgency in the northeast has resulted in the deaths of thousands and dislocated lives and communities. While the Borno State government is implementing a DDR program, the question for young women like the Chibok schoolgirls is what the future holds for them and their children. Sifon Essien, TVC News, Maiduguri.
Well, now to serve Nigerians better, the Nigeria